Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's meeting of Stanley Town Council. The proceedings are being recorded and will be available to view as usual for the next 6 months. Can we start with apologies for absence, please? Yes.
Can I put apologies in for Councillor Sam McMahon and Councillor John McMahon, please?
Yeah. Thank you.
Chair, I've also received apologies from Councillor John Nicholson, Councillor James Kane, Councillor Mary Thompson, Councillor Katie Wilson and Councillor Alex Clegg.
Right, thank you. Right, declarations of interest. Members are invited to declare any disclosable pecuniary interest and other interests along with the nature of those interests in relation to any items on this agenda. I believe that there are a couple of items on the agenda that some of us will have to declare an interest in as members of the EAP. But as there is no pecuniary interest, would it be enough to note? Thank you. Right. Mayor's announcements. Unfortunately, Alex isn't with us tonight, but I would just like to note the passing of Councillor Vicky Bainbridge, the current chair of Durham County Council, and to send condolences from this group, from the town council, to Alan and her family. Have you nothing? Thank you. The leader's statement, item 4, is there anything on? You got anything to yet?
No, because everything's on the agenda anyway. So
Well, it is, yeah.
Discuss them at later.
Okay. Public participation. We don't have any members of the public present. Have we had any?
We have no questions, Chair.
No questions? Yeah. Confirmation of minutes, attachment A. To approve and sign the minutes of the ordinary full council meeting held on the 24th of January. Can anyone like to propose these? Nobody. All right. Right, you propose, okay. I need a second for that. Thank you for that. Receipt of committee minutes. To receive the minutes from the Finance and General Purposes Committee held on the 13th of December 2022. It's just to receive the minutes. Accounts for payments and bank reconciliation. These are the ones for December and January, December 2022 and January 2023. The council is requested to consider the attached information and approve the payments of accounts and note bank reconciliation for December and January. Do I have a mover for that?
Can I move them, Chair?
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Okay. Right. Thank you, Gordon. Internal audit reports, attachment I. The council is requested to note the internal audit reports from G. Fletcher and agree the recommendation in paragraph 12. Do we have would you like to read the recommendation, or is it?
Yeah, it's paragraph 12 of the corporate governance arrangements in the internal report. Basically, paragraph 12, our internal auditor has highlighted one issue, which is we need to reconvene the policy working group, as one hasn't met within the last 12 months. So if everybody is happy to accept that recommendation and we can reconvene the policy working group, can I ask members if they're happy to reconvene on the same attendance there was originally, or would you like new members?
Or if anyone else would
Or
like to
everybody
join?
would like to join.
Yes. Right.
I
Yes,
think
Gordon.
it'll need at least two, because two of the previous members are no longer councillors. So,
yes.
so you do need additional 2 people to replace the 2. Certainly, somebody who's on it before, I'm quite happy. I don't know if Councillor Tilly, you were on it last time.
And I'll send an email out to everybody else and you can express an interest.
Yeah. I think the other 2 were Joan and I. Were you Christine? No. And Alan. as deputy town clerk. All right, thank you for that. Items 10 and 11, we'll take those as more or less the same thing. Hampton Lane Memorial and St Cuthbert's Cross. This is for consideration, and I'm just going to open it up to, you're going to run through it, and then I'll just open it up for discussion.
Chair, do we, as a EAP board member, do we need to?
Well,
or is it taken as read?
yes,
Olga had just said to have it noted for us.
if you just note it, then anyone who is a board member can just be.
We're just board members.
Yeah.
Just noted.
Right.
These two memorials have been on agendas in the past, with a request from the AAP in relation to the Tanfield Lane Memorial. The money to actually build the memorial is there, but their request, the last part of the jigsaw, is having it insured. So the AAP have asked us to have, if we would be able to put it onto our insurance policy. I understand that actually putting it onto the policy wouldn't incur any costs. However, if it was ever damaged, it would be £100 excess for obviously to have every time it was damaged and it would be repaired. So I think for there, there's no maintenance involved. It is literally placing it on our policy. There is a cost to yourselves, the town council, if it's damaged, but maintenance-wise, there is no cost to it. In relation to St Cuthbert's Cross, and I know Councillor Clark wanted to come in to talk about this because I know she has been involved in it. There is a request to maintain the actual structure and seating itself, which I understand is going to be in sandstone. Durham County Council will maintain the outer pathways and the grass. The Bloom Group are going to maintain the bedding and the flowers around it. So we would be asked to maintain the actual structure itself. They can't give me, I have gone back and asked for further details. They can't give me any further details about what that would involve, but I'm presuming it is, if it gets broke, we would fix it, or if it needed cleaning, we would go out and clean it. But because the St Cuthbert's Cross structure appears to be a little bit further behind than the Tanfield Lane Memorial one, there's little information about exactly what they mean by maintaining the structure and the seating.
Yes.
Can we not, oh, sorry, no, I was just going to say, can we not give a yes in, you know, yeah, but then say, but we would need to revisit that when the time comes, when there is more detail, because it just seems to me we would be saying yes to something that ultimately we don't know. It's a bit like saying how long's a piece of string, basically. So,
yeah. Yes, Sam?
Well, obviously that was part of my thinking, and it is on the scale of things that we currently already have around the parishes and things. It is considerably bigger, and because it initially, and I know obviously Councillor Stevenson was involved at the beginning as well. It was sort of a county council project at that point, when it was actually started. We were just invited in at a much later date, you know, to give a little bit of assistance fund-wise, etc. I think it would be a bit remiss if we didn't actually go back to them and say, because of what they are proposing, that I don't know whether we should be maintaining it. You know, because of the cost that it is, and because of the nature of the stone, etc., that has been chosen and whatnot, and because it was a county at the time, I think it was a special county-wide process with heritage and what have you. I would have thought that we aren't the only place to have something of this ilk, and I would have thought, I don't think they'll be passing them all on to. And I know Consett isn't just have a town council, but obviously they've got their big sandstone memorial and whatnot to do with the steelworks. And I just think it's quite a big structure for us to take on, not knowing the it's different putting a bit of a flagstone down or, you know, renewing a bit of fencing or something opposed to potentially rebuilding a big memorial.
I was just going to, I mean, I totally agree with everything that Helen's saying, Councillor Clark's saying, but I just think we would be, as she says, quite remiss to not investigate further. And the fact that